start. Okay, so this video I expect to be loud. So, like I was saying, IVF has never gone better, especially in the UK, because the laws are too strict on it. So I'm trying to stop with IVF entirely. So I'm trying to introduce something called ICF in the chamber, because the chamber is just a more space for the full embryonic growth. Like the egg has the sperm has basically the kind of a very raw resources because you have like one the sperm 23 like one sperm becoming two sperm for two sperms that enter egg. The egg is 150 two eggs is two the sperm is 2 times 50 50 x times the eggs 50 to the sperm compared to the one sperm. Two sperm will be a half not even close to the 250 of the sperm actually. So, but the embryo in the womb normally just grows from the cell walls. So the cell will neutralize it, like, because they're like uh, some kind of like basically I'm thinking about the embryo formula here for real world because I'm thinking about neural systems. But in vitro fertilization is not the goal no more. So I don't wanna because I don't want anything go to US, UN, UK laws. So my one is in chamber fertilization, organization compliant. Because it's about moving on from the old world of the lack of uh, uh, laws. But you can do it when you have money. But the thing is ultimately disease prevention. But and things like stressing the mother and the father because you just have your baby in there, you're like in some kind of cubicle. You can watch it grow in real time while you cook. You don't have to go to the doctor if you did to go with it. That's kind of idea and vision. Because I don't want to be like wondering, oh, what's my wife? Every time I'm trying to take care of a baby, you know, I don't be wondering who is responsible for roles and tasks because the stressing is too much. Which a lot, well, when someone when she's pregnant. But I'm not saying I'm like I don't really doesn't believe in me, but I'm saying it's more of the ecosystem being less stressful. You're not worried about a lot, especially when when throat counts lost several million pounds and all that nonsense. So you don't want to break them because they're still it's already protected. So example, so one vision is like the full feature of the embryo. 'Cause, the embryo grows 1 month. In 1 month time you get a fetus. The fetus develops 1 month, and then 3 months you are done with the fetus. That's what I know from Nigeria. So 1 month you have a fetus. The fetus can develop from an egg to an embryo to a fully grown life form like a cell. But I thought will develop, go through the stages of DNA evolution, which is 1 month. It's not between 1 month. So with the bare bones features, you have all the features you develop based on your consciousness. The bubble or the bubble qualia system. Because it's like social consciousness, so the thing has to not warp around you, but allows you to flex anyhow in the chamber. Because the chamber is there, but it's two chambers. It's not one. Basically, the chamber can get dirty. It can be someone's because someone be used the chamber. So we don't really have one chamber. We have two. The chambers have to cycle between the baby and the cleaning the baby because you don't want to have a baby there for 9 months and you come out with an unborn child. You're gonna have a lot of problems because you have to care for it actively. Same thing. No difference there between that. So that's the thing. So because the chamber is two, you may think it's kind of counterintuitive, but it's one chamber, but it's made of two chambers because the baby exists in it. So the system comes fresh. You get the main structure chamber. They can elastic. That's the inside of the one the baby controls, but some kind of relay. The kicking we can hear. That's ITM envisioning. So you have perfect children at birth. You don't have any defect that affects their neurodivergent because they're born perfect, they stay perfect. That's the idea. The and it's not even meant to use basically it's meant to be reusable. So you can have more children. I don't really care how much you have. But the glass is banned, so I'm banning IVF for my business as a policy. Because IVF is too slow, it's too risky. It requires too much people. That experience one thing and one thing only. And I've seen that it's kind of dangerous as it evolves. You don't want a trial and error. You want trial and improvement at all times. Because it's someone's life you're doing. But the chamber is not just bound to children; it's just bound to the phenotype, such as the mammals that you're building up, like some kind of platypus eggs. Because you got the natural embryocysm, like the eggs of a platypus. That's an embryo, if you don't know. But also a zygote, because the baby gametes little egg. So the platypus egg is a zygote, because the platypus comes from the egg and they hatch. And when they hatch, they see stuff and they sort of be platypusy. They smell funny, but that's part of the feature of the zygote. So because the egg is perfect, it's a perfect oval, so it doesn't roll away because it's mammal. So things that are round are really birds' eggs. 'Cause the bird eggs are really up in the sky. But the zygote of the eggs is perfect. 'Cause, they can't roll. They roll on the side. So it's like basically I'm saying it's a similarity between a baby crawling, walking, or something like a baby little baby being by its stomach, crawling by its stomach, and an egg rolling to the side. You know, because the egg is inside, but it's just the same phases. If you roll to the side, it hatches. It starts to stand. But evolution has a way of doing that. So the IVF is just fully banned for my business. I don't want to see any IVF implementation. I want to see ICF because you get two chambers for cleaning. One for cleaning and based on the model of like rebuild, like some the cells repair and stuff. Because the chamber has to basically think about like giving all the vaccines in this chamber. But you do it with a computer program. The computer program regulates the system, the baby's ovulation and not ovulation. That's when you're being ovulating. That's when you're running low on linen. The pad. But the idea is to have that created in a perfect vacuum, which people will use. The main rationale for this is just to ensure that we got basically I want a three-layer chamber, not a two-layer, but there's two main layers to it. So, for example, you have the most inner chamber, but if the baby start growing from the side, they become cellular. They grow inwards, inwards. They don't grow to the corners, because you have the babies some kind of. But in the inside you have basically in the second side. So you get the one inside. First you have two chambers. One, for example, you have a bubble plasma, and you have the plasma, which the plasma has to destroy to take the form of the baby. For example, the bubble or the girl like the hands like a freedom. You keep the fetus position because that's the easiest thing to sleep in. And we say you don't fragment it, so you have like the baby. You have the topology at the corner, and the corner will be the far left side of the or right side, some kind of place. The embryo start, and they have to grow inwards to the shape of the thing. But that will look more like a fetus C shape because that's the idea. You keep the baby in some kind of a cocoon, but the cocoon is metamorphic, so it has to be like growing based on some kind of topology construct. So the bubble qualia system, but for phenotype, which is one we didn't try to use as past topology, especially for things like hands, feet, and legs. It's meant to be never breaking, infringing on the body, shape or form. The idea is just literally, uh, especially when you need like a food, because the tube is very important. If you don't know, the tube will feed the baby. but the tube is can be misfeeding the baby and misfeeding the embryo because embryo needs the tube to go into into its own stomach via a mouth. So we have like every team has two tubes because they don't trust you guys. For example, two tubes are there. You get like a breathing hole at the top, and another breathing hole off the side. But the breathing hole at the top is the main one. You look at basically you have like a visual, like basically look at the house, which is different from the breathing hole, because the feeding hole. But you have a feeding hole and a breathing hole, because you have all the air that can go through the system. So you have like a basically you allow the idea is just to make sure it never breaks. So the idea is to have the thing represents like some kind of things we breathe. So if you have a nose and mouth, I have a nose, I have a mouth. So I have one, one big one, that can give me air, and air and taste and food, based on tube or some kind of a tube to pump into my stomach, and I have one just for my stomach in case of any emergencies. But that's the big one for stomach only. Uh, and you have the air pods, like the air pockets of the kind of show that that I'm also getting some kind of ventilation via and this like the main it's like the basically I'm trying to make sure this one is very because it's very essential. It has to be at the center layer, so it has to be inside, so it cannot be easily accessed. It must be swapped out, able to swap out. That's who was sports networking. And you must be able to. That's the first. That's the first. That's the initial layer, the one at the bottom of the. But this layer has the tube outer, so you get the second layer. This has two layers, so that's the first layer of it. But this has to have go through two processes, hence two chambers. So, it's like a release of the energy. So you have one energy going in. The more you go in the engine, the more energy goes in, the more the other system can process it out. And the more the other system can process it in, which is what's the other one can process it out. This is like a breathing tube. You breathe, but because it's perfect, I expect it to be up to reduce people have their baby 6 months, 5 months, uh, 5 months. But people weigh a bag of sugar when they have the baby. Stop that! So when people weigh a bag of Jordan, sorry, this guy's screaming. A bag of sugar. A baby weigh a bag of sugar, which is like a 5 kilo, 1 kilo, 1 kilo bag of sugar, and it was I think it was six. She was 6 months pregnant. She 6 months. She has a baby. Now that because she's very dangerous, to let out in the world. So she could just put it here because that's kind of thing I'm trying to do. Because if you have some kind of a cesarean section, you are really destroying your embryo with a vacuum, and you are subject to disease. Uh, you know, a lot of disease because you are going through a sensitive process. Because these things I don't really don't like vaginal. Because because my womb will be bleeding, and I won't be able to give the baby. I have to wait till the operation is done and my tube can stretch out. Those kind of things are what I'm trying to say are annoying. It's especially when you're trying to give a baby, you're not trying to die. It's kind of like trying to have the baby chopped down because the baby goes basically the baby cells chopped down, so you don't put the baby on the tire on the floor yet. The splitting gravity, you let gravity do the job and direct the process of the baby so they can have the maximum feature. Because what I'm saying, 'cause, if you put the baby, basically, if I come upside down, if I was upside down, naturally, I will know that I'm meant to face up, you know, but my genes will try to direct because I'm trying to ensure my senses are aligned with my environment so I can grow to the best form of my wings. That's kind of my vision for my PhD because I'm trying to still figure out where I am. So the idea is you have some kind of a umbrella system that can sustain the microbes. But it's like it's like the perfect system that you want to go